Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey, with my sparkly cardigan. Ooh. Okay, we've got about this far to go before I'm at the bottom of my wrists to begin with, so for skiing still. So that tells me I'm going to have a ton of this left. Maybe. Because I have so many of them. But we're just going to keep on going and getting through a little bit so I can get a little closer to getting one side most of the way. Because I mean, if I can do it with just one skein on this side, I'm using my 3.5 because this is a fine fingering yarn that is super discontinued, which really, that's sad because it's so pretty. It's mostly polyester. Get some sparkle in there. Let's see if we can get the sparkle. Oh, there's some sparkle for you. Anyways, really glad you're here today, and we are just gonna gently make our way around this lovely pattern. So hopefully everything is in frame. Looks like it. It looks like there's a lot of sparkle going on. There's way more sparkle when it's not on camera. Like, I can't even explain to you how sparkly this really is. You're kind of picking up a little of it, but it's all the way throughout the whole yarn. It's not just a little bit of it, it's the whole thing. And we've gotten to a point now where it is tangling quite a bit coming out of the skein. So I'm going to be very careful with that, which is why I haven't been taking it out of the house. It is just one skein, but it is getting tangly and making it very tricky to work with. We are doing amazing things with this one. It's going to come out so lovely. Boo. And we go down. 1, 2, 3. Now we do the chain 2, and in the same chain space we're going to go 1, 2, and 3, which is going to give us a corner shape. So the next one goes into the next chain space, which we didn't chain, but we'll call it a chain space anyways because I am struggling to find another way to describe it. It's just an open space there, bro. See? Very nice. Alright, so we're going to move this around a little. I'm going to pull out a little more slack. I'm not going to lose my stitch marker because I don't really feel like grabbing a different one. I like that red one. It really is very eye-catching when I want to find it. I personally don't like it when they match too much. I know some people like matchy-matchies with them, but I find it's harder to find the end. I just sit there looking for this one, and it blends in with the yarn, so I like it to be quite bright, quite different than the yarn, so then I can find it easier. To each their own. There is really no wrong way of doing it. It's just what your preference is. But for me, I like the color to not blend in. I don't want it to blend. I want to find that so I can get started as soon as I can. Still feeling a little self-doubt about my crochet. I will be fine. This just happens occasionally, especially when I'm tired, run down, overworked, stressed out, all that good stuff. And Christmas tends to do that to me every year, so I don't even have the deadlines I had last year of making gifts. I'm just not doing it this year. I just can't. I thought I'd be able to at least get 1 or 2 done. No, not happening. I'm just going to continue working on this and that, this and that, getting things done when I can. But it happens. If I can get them gifts for later on, then fine. But they're pretty good. All the kids have quite a bit of crochet stuff from me right now, so they're good. I want to concentrate on getting these clothing pieces I wanted for myself to be done. I have a tutorial to start working on. I keep saying it. I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of like trying to talk myself into it. I feel super nervous about even doing it. Coffee. I just finished my coffee for the day. So that's good. That should give me enough energy to last me about a half hour. I am so very, very tired. I did quite a bit of cleaning yesterday, so today doesn't have to be so hard on the cleaning. I can put on some music and dance around a little to try to shake off my crochet blues that I'm going through, but I don't think it really made that much of a difference. So what are you going to do? Just going to keep on going forward, and hopefully things will clear up in my head. I know they will. I have a feeling I get my 4 days off through Christmas holidays, and I'm going to be feeling a whole lot more myself. Just feels like a lot of things going sideways on me, and that happens occasionally. I'm not the only person it happens to, and the question of it is how you get through it. So I'm trying my best to keep a positive attitude as much as I can, and trying to remind myself that I'm only human, and I'm only doing human things. There we go. Not a machine. I have feelings, and I am tired. Yeah, my camera just keeps on sliding down. I'm looking at a different setup that might work out better for me, so keep tuned for that. I just won't be doing that right away because I gotta get through all the Christmas stuff first. And make sure all the beginning of the year bills are paid and all that good stuff. You know how it goes. Keep on budget. Keep going forward. Keep on stitching. Yes, quite. There we go. Not gonna lose that guy. Still some ends to weave in on the tapestry pillow. This is the last time I went to do it. I ended up going on the other side of the tapestry, and all this orange was coming through in spots it shouldn't have been. So that was a beautiful time. I had to take it all out and redo it. So that one's in the timeout pile right now for minor frustrations. I'm just not going to fight with things if I don't have to. I do want that cuff done, but I feel like I've done something completely wrong and I may have to come back to it. I really do. I feel like I missed something to make it smaller. Maybe I just need to do another row. That's going to be 2. I want 3. Because then I'll have to come back later when I realize what happened. And we don't want to do that. I've already done that enough times. Backtracking is taking up my time. And in some cases, I absolutely have to because it just won't work if I don't. So that is kind of undermining my confidence as well. And I hear a lot of people talking about how they lost their Crojo and stuff. I feel ya. It does happen. Get a little disenchanted. Because it is hard work. And it is definitely, sometimes with certain things, unforgiving. Other times you can slide right past because it just worked and you kind of fudged it. No big deal. But other times there are things that you just can't fudge over. Go, chain 2, and then 3 more into the same chain space to make my corner shape. So I got that part down. So full of jokes. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Now these hooks I got off of Temu. They're called Nice Met, and I actually am very in love with them. We're coming up on a year of me having them, and I absolutely adore them still. I can't say anything wrong with them except the fact that I don't trust that I could make amigurumi with them just because I'm pretty rough. I've had a few people have said they can, but this right here is so thin. A few people have busted them for clothing, blankets, that kind of thing. Fabulous. For amigurumi, I need something that's a little bit tougher than that. So I'll stick with my little Amazon ones even if the grips are coming off. I'll just go grab some of those makeup puffs to get a piece this thick. Like, this is very nice in my hand. I feel super confident, super comfortable. I'm not squeezing. So this is a good size to fit in the hand to not create fatigue, which is the one thing that my hands definitely get to. There are days I can't crochet because I'm just tired after a full day of working and doing stuff all day with my hands. You get to that point where you just get too tired sometimes, and it's okay to rest yourself. You have to do it. If you don't, you're just going to continue being in pain. Things will never feel better, and it's just going to keep on going that way. Beautiful. I see my camera is slipping again. Just a moment. There we go. Now that's a little better on my back and stuff. Yeah. Way more comfortable. So my 5-year-old has asked to learn crochet. So I'm teaching her this position. This is very hard for her fingers apparently. She can do this, but this is really tricky, so we're working on wiggle, 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 because we hold together, and then we place that over. So we just worked on a couple chains, and we're just going to work on our finger positions before we get too crazy into it, because she really wants to learn. She wants to sit with me and crochet for hours and hours, but she has to learn the basics, which is something I have to learn how to teach. So, basic rule of thumb, so to speak, I like to pinch to hold my material here. So my hook, it goes through. I like it my finger up. Even when I wear rings, the finger is always up. I'm a big finger upper. It's probably from knitting, is what I'm assuming why my fingers do this on their own. But I find this is my most comfortable, easiest way to crochet, and I find it very comfortable. My hands are very, very relaxed. And I get way less fatigue when I do it like this. I'm holding my material nice and gentle, so it isn't gonna just flop around and go away or be in the wrong spot, and I can still keep a good tension on my yarn with my index finger. Wrapping around my middle like that helps keep it from being too loose, so then it doesn't have to be tightened so badly. That's why I don't tighten these ones, because they are keeping a good regular tightness by wrapping them the way I have. Doesn't hurt my finger to do this, and quite often I will, 20 minutes in, I'll change it to like through here to there. Like, I'll move it around so it's not always in the same spot, so I don't get any lines, don't get any fatigue on my hand, or even worse, yarn burn. I've seen it happen. Looks very uncomfortable, and I personally do not want to. See, I just took it off from around there, and it's just around my index now, which is still holding a very good tension. It's a little bit loose behind it, but I can always just put it between these two fingers, go up and around, my index and I still get the same. So you play with it. You have to find where it's going to slide through and not be uncomfortable, because like sometimes like in between here I have a little bit of a sensitive spot right in here where it kind of tickles a little, and if it's the wrong yarn I really feel it and it will dry out. Just an oddball spot. Everybody has different ones, so I'm sure yours are quite a bit different than mine. Or it's, if you're like me, you get the itchy palms from things touching them all the time. Weirdest thing, having an itchy palm, I tell you. It's not a good feeling. Oh, I'm sinking again. Hi. Bring you back up here. We are. Still limping along, still trying to share my crochet journey with you. Using a less than stellar equipment, but that's okay. They were stellar and now they have worn out after lots of uses. So it is what it is. I'm sure I can fix this thing. I just have to find the right sized little screws for it, which I'm sure I could do if given myself some time, but I haven't, so I'm just kind of going through it. That's why I'm not getting mad about it, because I know I could fix it. I'm just not in that mode right at the moment. And we're coming up to another corner, which is a lovely spot. I'm just going to keep on going around and around and around to make this hexie cardigan. And we're working on length of the arms more than anything at this point. So once I get to the right spot that I want for the arms, we're going to have to probably cut it off there. Is what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do. Or I could just cap it off, save what's there, and figure out the sleeve cuffs from there, because I'm not going to want the big wide sleeves. However, I'm probably going to want a thicker, plushier white, is what I'm thinking. It will match up with this sweater very nicely for a trim, but I might decide to go with something thin as well. I haven't completely decided on all of the details. And I am considering a button. At least one button in the center. But we will see how this all works out. And how I want it all to go with the amount of yarn I have to work with, because I do not have any access or any way to get more of this. The Lion Brand's Summer Nights is discontinued. So what I have is what I have to make this item, and I'm sure I have more than enough, being that I still have quite a bit of this to go, and at the start of the video I still have like that much space to fill, maybe about there. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for joining me here today at All the Crackers in the Box, and we will see you again very soon. Bye.